Als Umar, der zweite Khalif nach Prophet Mohammed, Friede sei mit ihm, Jerusalem besuchte, befand er sich in der größten Kirche zu der Gebetszeit. Der Bischof gab ihm die Möglichkeit, das Gebet dort zu leiten. Der Khalif Umar antwortete: Nein, wenn ich heute in dieser Kirche bete, dann werden meine Nachfolger auch hierhin kommen. Und es wird keiner sein, der eure Rechte bewahrt. Definiert nach dem heiligen Koran und dem heiligen Propheten selbst. Khilafat hat die Fähigkeit, große Dienste an die Menschheit zu leisten.
Well, one of the things I enjoy about coming to the peace symposiums that the Ahmadi community holds is to listen to His Holiness. I always find him inspirational. I think tonight his message was even more important than ever. And I felt the way that he talked about the threat of ISIS in Iraq and Syria, and the way he showed that ISIS has nothing to do with the faith of Islam, I thought was extremely persuasive.
His Holiness gave a speech that was incredibly powerful, that set out all of the claims that violent groups like ISIS made and then totally demolished them in terms of what the Quran actually says. I think for a lot of people sat in the room, it helped them really understand what true Islam is actually about and how this message of peace is really at the heart of it.
But the Holiness, I just thought, it's incredible because all the things he was saying were going through my mind, and I could actually relate to nearly everything that he said, which actually I think probably surprised me for some reason. I don't know why. I just found it very, very moving. I'm really pleased I came. I can't say more than that.
Er ist weltweit bei führenden Persönlichkeiten für seine humanitären Bemühungen, Friedensmission und dem berühmten Motto Liebe für alle, Hass für keinen bekannt. Er ist viel gereist, um die Botschaft des Friedens zu verbreiten. Ebenfalls erinnert er andere daran, Respekt und die Rechte anderer Menschen zu bewahren. Während dieser Touren hat seine Heiligkeit die Führer der Großmächte im Fernen Osten, Europa, Nordamerika und Afrika über wirtschaftliche, soziale und politische Probleme hingewiesen. Ebenso hat er auf Frieden und Gerechtigkeit in der Welt hingewiesen. Dazu sprach er auch religiöse Persönlichkeiten an, um gemeinsame Werte zu allen Religionen zu erkennen. Durch diese Ansichten sollte der moralische Zustand der Menschheit verbessert werden und eine Atmosphäre der Liebe und Zuneigung entstehen. Er hört geduldig jungen Menschen und Älteren zu, unabhängig ihrer Rasse, Hautfarbe und Religion. Seine Heiligkeit hat persönlich soziale Projekte und Maßnahmen initiiert, um den Armut in der Welt und das Leiden der Menschen zu lindern. Sein Anliegen ist nicht nur die weltlichen und moralischen Belange seiner Gemeindemitglieder, sondern auch der Leid der restlichen Menschheit.
For His Holiness, the slogan, love for all, hatred for none, really comes to life. And I have borne witness to His Holiness waging a jihad of love, opposing the jihad of the sword with the jihad of the pen and of love itself.
And it is an honor to welcome you, Your Holiness. Your leadership has made you a figure of global prominence, and you have become a guide for millions of Muslims worldwide.
Your Holiness, it is undoubtedly a reflection of the blessing that you bring to this capital.
I want to express gratitude for the privilege of appearing here in front of Your Holiness and this assemblage. We're really honored you're here. I was saying earlier that you brought the House and the Senate together. We should have you here more often, and we're grateful.
I would like to pay an additional tribute to the work being done by Ahmadis in raising standards in Africa, and particularly in education.
I was reflecting when I had opportunity to learn more, Your Holiness, about your service, particularly about your contribution to the people of Ghana in the late 1970s and early 80s. And it reminded me of something remarkable that happened here in our great state a few years ago in Death Valley. You may even recall this. In the winter of 2004, there were 7 inches of rain that fell on Death Valley. A few months later, the spring of 2005, the entire valley was carpeted with flowers. And it was just a reminder that Death Valley wasn't dead, it was dormant. It was waiting for the seeds of possibility to be sown. And I think about, Your Holiness, the extraordinary work you did in Ghana, particularly your agricultural commitment, bringing wheat to the people of Ghana. It never been done in the history of that country. You sowed the seeds of possibility, and it's a reminder to all of us as we deal with the issue of ignorance and poverty and disease, as you have committed your life to, that when the right conditions come along, success is irreversible. It's inevitable. Success simply will find its way.
For all the events you go to, you will seldom see the golden key presented. Today you will see the golden key presented to you, Your Holiness.
I've seen 4 keys to the city given out in my 12 years as a city council member, and this is a very special honor indeed that is reserved for the most special of visitors.
This hand shook the hand of His Holiness. I was just thrilled.
Die Zahl seiner Mitglieder ist mit viele Millionen in mehr als 200 Ländern verteilt. Dies macht ihn zum Oberhaupt der größten organisierten Muslimen in der Welt, die einen Imam Folge leisten. Der Khalif, der zu dem Capitol Hill sprach, dem britischen Parlament, dem Europäischen Parlament und hat unzählige Vorträge zu anderen führenden Politikern gehalten. Er wird als Fürsprecher des Friedens von der ganzen Welt gefeiert.
In this we are allied with His Holiness, a courageous champion of religious freedom and of peace. We especially applaud the Caliphate for denouncing those who pervert faith by claiming it as a justification for violence. However we define God, it is wrong to kill in His name.
Today, when we, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, raise the slogan of love for all and hatred for none as a means to establish global peace, we do so directly in fulfillment of the teachings of the Holy Quran and the practice of the Holy Prophet. Peace and blessing of Allah be upon him. I will, God willing, always continue to carry out my task and my responsibilities of promoting peace, tolerance, justice, and compassion to the corners of the world. I will continue to tell all people that in order to be relieved of the pain and suffering that we face today, we must adopt true justice and equality.